Hi everyone, it's Mr. Finley, Principal at CSA Lincoln, and we are wrapping up week 3 of the 2021 school year. And as you know, and you're very well aware, it has been unlike any other year. And if you think back to how the school year ended, in May last year, you might remember two things. I think of these two things, flashbacks. The car line, of course it rained on that last day, and these black mesh bags, which all of your belongings went back in. And I like to think of the year ended on that day. It was final, but we sure didn't have a finale. And there was a lot of uncertainty about what this was gonna look like in August. And we're fortunate because BCSC worked really hard all summer to make sure that we could get back to now. These 2 weeks have been something pretty special, and they worked really hard to make sure that happened. And it took a lot. Cleaning supplies and safety supplies were purchased. I went to more Zoom planning meetings than I care to remember. But in the end, it was all worth it because today, even though we were delayed, a few days, today we've been in school for almost 3 weeks, and it has been a fantastic 3 weeks. And you've seen from photos from social media, and I'm sure you're reading the newsletter like you're supposed to be every Friday, to kind of see how life as a Husky has been going. But that doesn't really tell the full picture. What's new, what's going well, what are some challenges we face, and what are students, teachers, and parents saying about being back in school. So let's start with what's most important and why we're here. That's our students. So kudos to parents for having them ready to go right off the bat. They have handled a completely new process for arrival and dismissal without issue. They know how to get their temperatures taken. Most of them have their heads sticking out the windows when it's time for me to go by. I can't stress how impressed with all of your students I have been when I walk into classrooms over and over again. They are working hard. They understand that they need to be spaced out. They are giving each other personal space. They've got their mask on, and they're doing the very best they can. And we try to remind students in the morning announcements, hey, thanks for doing such a great job with this. This is how we keep our school healthy. We've done a really good job with this. And you can almost sense that they understand the importance and the significance of being healthy and being safe because, this is our time together.
I've been really looking forward to seeing my friends and doing presentation.
I've missed being with my friends and having that interaction with my teachers and stuff.
The thing that I'm most excited for because we got back to school is that we can actually do real projects.
So when it is time for our students to go outside and we can take those masks off and spread out, that has been those are good days. And more than ever, classes are taking advantage of our outdoor space, especially our outdoor classroom. We've really had to think about it differently, and it's been a real positive for our school. All of our specials, music, art, STEM, PE, they've had to rethink everything because we can't send multiple classes to those rooms. So now we've got teachers and support staff members traveling from rooms to cart on a cart. We've got X's all over the gym so Mrs. Garris can get them spaced out on those rainy days. We've got these teachers also taking their classes outside. So and while we're on the topic of change, let's talk about lunch. Husky Paws line the halls as reminders, and lunch is either brought in from home or is provided in a bag form. And I can tell you now, all of our Huskies, staff included, keep our fingers crossed for clear skies because lunch outside is the best. Nobody wants to do the seating chart inside. They make the most of it. But lunch outside, that has been great. Another thing that students have missed is that time with friends, laughter, smiles, and friendships. Those are 3 really great themes that we see when our kids, and we also of course know that our parents want the best for their children, and these are uncertain times, and so we are challenged with tackling the on-campus and the online portion. And our parents that have bridge students, they are doing an outstanding job of getting those assignments turned in, watching lessons and asking questions when something comes up. This past week, we had nearly all of our bridge students complete NWA testing online, and I want to give a quick shout out to Ethan, who really crushed it. Way to go, Ethan. All of our kids did an awesome job on it, and Ethan really, he was not going to give up, and he spent a lot longer than anybody else did. He probably set a world record, but I'm pretty proud of him for doing it. And it's this, our office has been reorganized to effectively track student work for all of our bridge students and make it a seamless process for when our parents come to drop off and pick up work on Mondays. Teachers are working extra hard during prep periods, during their lunch, or staying after to make videos, connect with our kids, and do everything that they can. All that said, it is a challenge to recreate that school feel, and we recognize that. That's not easy, and we know that every week we have more families trickle in from Bridge, returning and ready to get started. So know that whether that's next week, 3 weeks, whatever, we're ready for you, and we'll continue to support you the best that we can. And when you're ready, we look forward to you rejoining us on campus. And of course, being on campus has made a big impact for many of our families.
Me siento bien porque ellos les ha gustado como la reapertura no les ha afectado en nada.
So her kids feel very happy to be here at school. They have been very adapted into the.
So this takes me to my team, and know that this is a passionate team who is dedicated to our students and want to be here. They have spent countless hours reorganizing classrooms. They've reorganized schedules. They're planning and planning and planning. Sorry. Seeing your children is why they love to teach. It's why they show up to work every single day.
Hey Huskies, Mrs. George here. I just wanted to take a second to say how thankful I am that we were able to start this school year in person. Being a teacher is all about the relationships, and it is so nice being able to build those one-on-one and face-to-face in the classroom every day. We are also getting to build an awesome relationship with my fantastic student teacher, Mrs. Hendricks, this year.
So for me, being back in the classroom meant that I was able to be back in front of the students and interact with the students and kind of form those relationships that I feel like make me a strong teacher. This has been easily the smoothest start to a school year, and I don't say that lightly. Like, that's very serious, and that's because of all the prep work and everything that people here at Lincoln have put into the school year. We were very prepared, and it shows, and we have been able to really enjoy a very smooth start to the school year, even with everything going on. So I'm thrilled to be back in the classroom. I love my classroom. I'm spending more time here on the weekends by choice because I've missed it so much, and I'm making up for some lost time.
So every morning I keep telling the kids how thankful I am to be here and to have them here. And they look at me kind of like I'm crazy, like, why do you keep telling us how thankful you are? And it's because I really, truly feel blessed to have them here. I am never going to take that for granted again.
In the spring, this is basically where I lived, in my kitchen, sitting at my dining room table, working, teaching my own children. COVID threw us for a loop, and it was hard. Most days were challenging as a teacher and as a mom, but we made it. We made it through, and I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am as a teacher to be back in the classroom, to see the students' excitement, to be around their friends and with their teachers. Our team has worked tirelessly to put together lessons both for Bridge students and students who are actually at school. And I can't say that I would want to be anywhere else. We are so excited to have our students back, and that's the biggest piece about CSA Lincoln, is just building those relationships. And I think it's been so exciting to see the students come off the bus every single morning and give them an elbow bump or an eye squint, since we can't see behind our masks. But so many of us teachers are just super happy to have everyone back and can't wait to hopefully finish the whole school year back together.
So it's time to wrap this up, and I started with talking about students, and I'm going to end talking about students, and specifically just one. This young man, I'm going to share a video to wrap it up, and this young man got a hold of his dad's phone and was making videos. He's a kindergarten student here, and when the dad went back later that night, was scrolling through all these videos, he found this one, and he sent it to me, and he said, I think you would enjoy this. And so I'm going to share with you, but the sheer excitement of this child on his first encounter of being in school, that's what it's all about. It's what makes coming to work fun. It's why we love being here. Say what you want about 2020 as a whole. It's not all been great, but for these 2 weeks, it's and almost 3 weeks, it's meant everything to our children, and it's been everything to us, and we look forward to keeping it going. Thank you.
Hi friends, I've been waiting for, I liked CSA Lincoln, it was awesome. I don't know why, I really like my learning book. It's so awesome, teacher.